Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Whoa! This is way too many books! Considering this library organizing job was classified as a premium commission, but seeing it in person is something else.
Why, if it isn't Cutie and Paimon. Let me guess. You missed me so much, you just had to come visit. You've become quite the flatterer since we last saw each other, haven't you?
Found you! We were starting to think you weren't clocking in today.
The flatterer since... Well, I wasn't planning to. But then, Catherine mentioned someone had finally accepted an important commission for the library. So I came to check on things. Might you both be here for that very commission by any chance? Ah, music to my ears. Now, as you can see, a certain anonymous benefactor has donated a large amount of books. Imagine my surprise when a glance down the book list revealed that each one would be an entirely new addition to our collection. There are books of all different kinds, including quite a few that are banned. Troublesome, I know. So this wasn't an odd job I could trust to just anyone. And sorting them myself? My, what a headache that would be. It would take all that to say, I'm very relieved to see. I would treat you to some tea, of course, but looking at the state of this place...
Don't worry, just leave the commission to...
You're as sweet as ever, Paimon.
Finally! We made it to the last stack! What even are some of these books? A Hilichurl's Guide to Running for Your Life? Do Hilichurls even read? Oh, and Basics of Whopper Flower Cultivation. Could grow one of them. And what's this one? The Little Witch's Dictionary? Huh. Well, witches always make Paimon think of...
Yoo-hoo! Looking for me?
Alice? How did you...
You must not have noticed, Paimon. I wasn't the one who barged in at all. When you opened that dictionary, you entered.
What? Ugh! Paimon knew that.
Have you ever read the storybook The Little Witch and the Undying Fire by an splendid? That makes things easier to explain. This book was written as a dictionary for that other story. The actual contents of the two aren't related at all, though.
That explanation makes things even more confusing.
Oh dear. Where should I begin? You know the promise the Hexen Circle made to Varka at the Tripartite Conference, namely that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to the nation? Well, waiting around for danger to descend upon the land isn't exactly our style. Rather than a scenario where we jump in and save the day out of nowhere, it makes more sense. Besides, who knows when such a crisis could occur? It could be in the next life, or even tomorrow. Preparation is crucial. So, I gathered the mages together to write this dictionary. Of course, it had to be under the guise of being related to that. Well, we looked into Barbie's scryglass and came up with a series of tasks tailor-made for the people of Mondstadt. They're all in this dictionary. Striving toward a common goal, overcoming obstacles alongside trusted companions, becoming better versions of ourselves. That is the best defense against what dangers could lie ahead.
Oh, you make it sound like something bad is actually about to happen.
Now, I never said that. But still, we are talking about trusted companions here, Paimon. And when we speak of a person who could be considered a friend to all in Mondstadt, I'm afraid the pool of options consists of but one.
Wait, the huge book donation? That was just an excuse to get us here, wasn't it?
Oh dear, I never could have imagined you would need to go to such trouble.
Uh-huh. Sure you didn't.
Well, this is an important book. I couldn't just bring it into Teyvat without taking any precautions. Much better to hide it in plain sight, you see. That's why I donated all those other books to the library. Besides, it's not like this is a bad thing. Just think of it as an excuse to reunite with old friends. And as a favor to your dear Aunt Alice.
Okay. If the goal is to help the people of Mondstadt, then we're in. We'll take the dictionary. And the next time we run into our friends, we'll pass your tasks and stuff along.
Wonderful. Then I'll let you get to it.
You finished sorting already? Now then, what would you like in return, cutie? You freed up my whole afternoon helping me with that. So you noticed too. Such strange names, and even stranger contents. Not to mention, this is the largest library in Northern Tevat, and I didn't recognize a single title on the list. Unless...
Actually, we just ran in.
Trouble, I presume? I think I'll steer clear if it's all... Besides, if a book exists in this world, then there's a place for them in this library. Better for them to remain here than end up in the hands of someone more... suspect. Anyway, here's your payment.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Hey there, Catherine! Oh, and Oz and Fischl are here too.
All things in this universe must plunge into darkness. 'Tis only natural that those who seek light should cross paths.
Mein Fräulein means to say she's happy to see you both. And I feel the same. It's been quite a while.
You're here just in time. Yai Publishing House has a commission for you, traveler. An editor is here to discuss the details in person. Much of the information was kept from the Guild for business reasons. All we know is that it has something to do with the author of the Legend of the Shattered Halberd.
What? Surely you don't mean...
Wait, is this author really that important? What if we weren't here? Or if we decided not to take the commission?
In that case, it'd be a free trip to Mondstadt where one needs only pass some information along. That's an opportunity. In any case, if the commission is of interest to you, the editor is waiting at the Good Hunter. Just look for the man dressed in Inazuman clothing.
Hold on! Halt thy steps, good traveler. Fate cast you upon the tides of the world, but not for you to stand alone in the face of its desolation. Nay, you step forth onto the path of the Immenachreich.
What mein Fräulein means to say is, she would like to go with you.
Wow, you seem really jazzed about this commission, Fischl. Do you have some kind of insider information?
Well, let's head to the Good Hunter to meet with this editor then.
Alright, let's see who lucked out and got this free trip to... Wait, you're Xing... Genu's editor, Onodera.
Traveler, thank you for all you've done for us in the past. I come here today with a commission from Lady Yai, with which I'd like your help, should you be... Oh! And might I ask who this person dressed like Princess Fischl is?
You have the pleasure of speaking to our eminent person, Fischl, Prinzessin de Vertelung.
Mein Fräulein means to say that her name is Fischl, and that she is most pleased to meet you.
Yep, this is Fischl. She's a reliable adventurer, and she's here to help.
Yeah, I, kinda got...
Since thou hast learned my name, understand this. To speak it is to be absolved. Praise it, therefore, and thou shalt earn thine salvation.
Mein Fräulein means to say...
Ah, I see. I completely concur, my lady. Remembering names is simply basic etiquette. And if you might lend me succor in solving this problem, I shall indeed praise your names to the heavens above. As many times...
You understood Fischl language before Oz could even finish translating.
Well, let's get down to brass tacks then. Now, have you heard of the author Mr. Nine? He's famous for writing the legend of the Shattered Halberd.
Flowers.
What was that, mein Fräulein?
Flowers for Princess Fischl. That's what Mr. Nine is actually famous for.
Mein Fräulein means to say, even should the creator be cold and unmoving, the Prinzessin and her immer Nachtreich's resplendence might yet compel them to weep.
Well, sure. The author of Flowers for Princess Fischl, Mr. Nine. He sent a letter from Nodcry asking for help, and he seems to be in bad shape.
So ask the Adventurers Guild or a local mercenary to find him. Seems pretty simple to pack.
Where it's so simple. But here's the problem. We don't know anything about Mr. Nine. What he looks like, how old he is, where he's from. He's only ever communicated with us via letter, from addresses all over Teyvat. And he's never showed up to our annual meeting or events. Not once.
So, what are we supposed to do?
Well, we'll need to investigate Mr. Nine's identity, that's for sure. We did a bit of digging ourselves, and we realized that ever since completing the Shattered Halberd series, Mr. Nine's handwriting began. His initial editor has decided to retire to focus on his own writing. And he didn't have much to add either.
Whatever hath once existed in this world is enshrined in the memory of the Prinzessin de Vertelung, to endure unchanging in her Immenachreich. For from the sacred primordial words flow the wellspring of all cause and consequence.
Mein Fräulein means to say that
Yes, we had the same idea. So, we tracked down the original man.
Aw, man! Genyu's gonna be so mad he missed out on this. Wait, you didn't need Oz to translate this time either, Onodera.
Osvaldo Hafnavines, hast thou perceived some?
no such Henry exists. I sense a faint, elusive resonance. Something akin to the magnetic field, gravitational force, and threads of cause and effect that surround.
Isn't that interesting? Well, in the end, our only takeaway was that the design and craftsmanship of the paper point to it coming from Qingse village in Liyue.
Could Mr. Nine be from Liyue then? No, wait. If we're talking authors from Qingse Village specifically, no, it couldn't be. Could it?
Chong the Ninth? Ah, I've heard of him. He won a Best New Author award for the first apprentice of Guhua.
It matters not. Though the Saint of Tears and the Saint of Atonement perform manifold labors on divergent principles, their power flows but from a single source.
Mr. Onodera, if you please.
Wait, Oz? It's great that you trust Onodera and all, but we're still in the dark over here.
You speak true, mein Prinzessin. Even if Chong the Ninth doesn't turn out to be Mr. Nine, he's still an author, and he could have had contact with him. I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I appreciate the help. I'm counting on you.
Chong the Ninth doesn't...
It doesn't look like there's anyone around we can ask either. Shall we wait?
Seems like that's all we can do.
Still, could his absence mean that he really is Mr. Nine, now kidnapped and sent to... Perhaps we should have a look around his house.
Barging in without permission seems wrong. But if he really is Mr. Nine, then... Okay. Nope, nothing useful. Just seems like a bunch of ordinary...
Nay, I, the Prinzessin, have beheld the mystery of the universe enshrined in these specks of dust. What hath been revealed is the very fount of wisdom. Ever to...
Mein Fräulein means to say, she thinks this is a clue.
Wait! It looks like the soil's been overturned. Oh no. Did some kind of overzealous fan have buried him in here? Maybe we should call him Millilith. What do you think, Travel?
It's all right, Paimon. Mr. Nine's most zealous fan happens to be... And since Mein Fräulein would never do anyone harm, I'm certain the same is true of his other less...
What is the meaning of this? I'm calling the Millilith.
Chong the Ninth! You're not dead! Or kidnapped!
What are you even talking about? Oh, wait a second. You're the ones who came here with that young lad from the Guhua clan. I'm guessing this is a misunderstanding then. The question still stands, though. What are you doing
Oh, well, actually, we just wanted to know if you've ever written under the pen name Mr.
What? Not even a whole bucket of hallucinogenic mushrooms could make me that delusional. No. If I were Mr. Nine, why in the world would I enter all those writing competitions? To what? Demolish the competition from the shadows? Yes, doing a real bang-up job, aren't I? My submissions never even... The classic archetype of the boy hero is outdated. That's the kind of critique I get. Even opening with a plot twist or disguising your hero as a fool is falling out of fashion. Modern readers are drawn to the boundless imagination and innovative world-building character of Mr. Nine's works.
Good point.
Besides, if I were Mr. Nine, I would have come clean the minute First Apprentice of Guhua won that award. What? That old beggarly Chong the Ninth is Mr. Nine? No, there must be some mistake. What a sight that would have been.
Yeah, and when we were here with Xingqiu that one time, you talked up the legend of the... If you were the one who wrote it, that'd be like Jean complimenting herself for being a good knight. It just doesn't add up.
In any case, while this gentleman isn't the Mr. Nine we're looking for, I sense something of interest on his person. It's a peculiar signature. The same threads of fate I sensed on you, Mein Fräulein, and on the manuscript. I believe the traces are related to Mr. Nine, and it appeared...
Hey, that's perfect! Once we head to Nokrai, you should be able to find Mr. Nine, no problem then. But back to the signature. What were you doing before this, Chong the Ninth?
Oh, well, I ran out of manuscript paper, so I went to buy some. I'm particular about that kind of thing. Creation of literature demands the highest...
Ah, no wonder. Mr. Nine uses the very same type for his manuscripts.
Well, that explains it. Thanks, Chong the Ninth. We should get...
I'm not quite sure what I did, but...
well, creator of another world. Though I must say, the laws and narratives thou hast ordained can scarce compare to the dream dust sedimented in the
Mein Fräulein means to say, your writing isn't... I mean, Mein Fräulein offers her thanks. It should be up ahead.
Wait, did something attack that Seelie?
And it bears the same signature I sensed.
Then it would seem fate has dictated... Oz for
Quietly now.
No rest for the wicked.
Up to the freezer!
Settle down!
Looks like the Seelie is showing... Let's follow!
Shower me with praise!
What are you doing here?
Wait, that voice. It's also... That should be our line. We were looking for Mr. Nine and our search led us here, but now it seems we've found you instead.
Ah, I see. Well, Mr. Nine is right here.
Hello.
What is this? 1,000 sunsets have I heard of such a thing.
In truth, I too aspire to be an author. But I'm also partial to direct communication. Talking is rather inconvenient by comparison. And as I'm sure you can understand, writing things down is even more tedious. I thought perhaps if I found someone with whom I could share my ideas, it might give me the same release as writing. But then those stories would never see the light of day, which would be a shame. So, I tracked down an old Seelie friend of mine and told her all the stories I was imagining. Then, I sent her to find people with similar aspirations to write them in my stead. We even came up with several character traits to lend a certain authenticity to Mr. Nine. A receding hairline was one of them, I think.
Yep, I'm the one she roped into all this.
Come now, it was beneficial for you too. By inhabiting those authors and mobilizing their language faculties. And anyway, an angel has always functioned like a sort of a flash of inspiration in someone's head. I'm sure it was like stepping into old shoes.
So you, what, possessed people? Isn't that kind of intrusive?
Oh, it's fine. She did it while they were sleeping. As long as the person is someone who dreams of creating worlds of their own, this inner writer within them will automatically awaken.
Wait, but what about the letter and the strange intuitions Oz has been...
Nicole sent me to monitor the situation and not cry. And it's super dangerous, okay? So I needed some help. It's not like I have the knowledge or power of the heavens anymore.
As for your friend over here? Well, you see, when writing a story, it's not uncommon to incorporate certain half-true details. For realism's sake, you understand?
Yeah, we've seen that before. A real curse was written into an Inazuman light novel once.
Indeed. In a similar vein, Mr. Nine's stories are full of metaphors, including one for the creation of life. What it describes isn't made up, per se. We just never imagined someone would actually manage to use it. Until you came along, young...
Mein Fräulein is speechless. So if I may ask in her stead, Did she manage to use one of these half-truths in Mr. Nine's novels to create me?
It was more like 70% made up, 30.
No, it was 90% made up, 10% true. I thought it was too dangerous, so I changed it. See, I knew you'd never read.
You don't seem too surprised, Oz.
Well, I suppose I've vaguely sensed this since the beginning. Regardless,
Well, once our affairs in Notcry are resolved, Mr. Nine will be able to return home.
I don't want to be your eyes here. It's too Oh, but, while you're at it, could you pass a message along to that guy in Chingsa Village? I've been splitting the royalties with him 90-10. His share's been buried in his yard.
Wait, what do you use the Mora for?
I bury it, and then lead people to the treasure. Guiding people is in our nature. It's what I love to... Feel free to come search for my personal stash someday. I've buried it at the furthest end of the Immer Nachtreich.
I will. I absolutely...
mein Fräulein?
And, I just want to say that I really like your books, Mr. Nine.
What mein Fräulein means is, though the cosmos stretch forth in unending darkness, yet shall come an hour when...
I'm glad to hear it. All in all, it seems you've already found my greatest treasure.
All right, that settles that. Now, I need to have a quick argument with Mr. Nine about who really deserves to be considered first author.
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's right. Just channel Mr. Nine. How would he write this particular...
Hey, Chang the Ninth! We have some...
Oh? What? Where did all this Mora come from?
About that. So, the thing is... Right. Mr. Nine really admires your work, so he decided to fund your writing career.
Wait, what? So, channeling Mr. Nine actually worked?
Oh, traveler from beyond this world, will you witness this tale unfold?
Alice?
You recognized me just like that? Maybe I need to work on my impression. Anywho, come to Star Sand Shoal. There's a little something I'd like your help with.
Well, it wouldn't be Clay's mom without a hefty dose of mystery, huh? Let's go see what this is about.
Take it easy.
Oh, it's Durin!
Traveler and Paimon? I'm sorry. I hope I didn't scare you.
Oh, no, you didn't scare us. Just gave us a little surprise.
I don't know. It just feels like it's gotten harder to control. I didn't mean to strike so hard. I'm so hurt.
It's all good.
No, don't worry about that. It's been very stable ever since I got this body. Albedo, mate. What you saw just now is something that only started happening recently. Maybe I'm still acclimating or something. I'm sure it'll clear up over time. Anyway, what brings you here?
The day that the writer and the watcher crossed paths was the day that the magic known as storytelling was born.
So, she asked us to come.
Miss Alice?
Oh, you too? I guess I really do need to work on my impression. Well, never mind that. It's been too long, Minnie Durin. And please, that's Aunt Alice to you. I have brought you and the Traveler together here for a very important purpose. It has to do with your mom.
My mom?
Indeed, fairy tale author extraordinaire, Anya Marie Andersdotter. See, I knew this would be right up your alley. Now then, if you'll open the book, I will begin there.
Whoa! What is...
The two are indeed similar. Both worlds were built using the same magic, after all.
Aha! So
Hello, Aunt Alice?
Oh, no need to be shy. Just think of me as one of your mother's dearest...
You keep talking about stories and magic. What's this all about? Simulanka 2.0 or something?
Certainly not. Simulanka was a peerless masterpiece. Without the original author, it would be impossible to create a sequel, even for me. But you are right about one thing. Just like last time, I want to show you a work of magic that has to do with...
What's this?
This is your mother's dying wish.
My mother's dying wish was a book?
Let me answer that with a question. What do you suppose would be a writer's greatest regret? Suppose would be a writer's great... Have you ever read a book called The Little Witch and the Undying Fire? Oh, well, you're missing out. It's a wonderful book. It began as a little game at our tea parties. Each of us took turns writing the next part of the story. I wrote the first volume, then the other mages took their turns. Em was tasked with writing the final volume and tying everything up. But by the time everyone had finished writing their parts, Em had passed away. Oh, it was a terrible shame. A true tragedy. And that is the answer to my question. A writer's greatest regret is to leave a story unfinished. But all is not lost. I couldn't stand the doom and gloom of it all, so I went ahead and wrote an ending myself on her behalf.
Then what's this book?
This is the answer your mother gave to the same question. In her eyes, this was her greatest regret. She made me promise that I would bring it to you because she believed The only person who could resolve this regret is you.
So, my mother's greatest regret is another unfinished story?
You could say that.
And I guess resolving the regret means finishing the story?
That's one way to put it.
Oh, is a straight answer too much to ask for?
Her answer was quite the opposite of what I'd expected. But oh, how touching it was. I'd love to tell you what she said, I really would. But that would spoil the plot, and we can't have that. Spoilers ruin everything.
Oh.
Just think of this task as giving a story a much-needed ending. All I ask is that you do your best.
I understand. But I only just started learning human script, and I don't have any writing.
Relax. Why else do you think your dear aunt went and found you two such wonderful helpers? With their experience, you'll have so many story ideas you won't know what to do with them. So don't be...
Yeah. If it's to help Durin fulfill his mother's dying wish, then we're in.
Aunt Alice, could I ask, what kind of story was my mother hoping to write?
I had a feeling this might come up. But that answer isn't mine to give. You'll have to find it yourself.
Don't worry. We'll help you come up with loads of ideas. Yeah. Let's find a nice spot where we can settle in and read through this thing.
Oh, the actual process might not be quite the walk in the park you're imagining, Paimon.
Why's that?
Because when Em created this book, she borrowed my magic. In other words, it's not a book you can just pick up and read. It's a magical book. Its chapters are scattered through memories of the past. Gather them all, and the book will show you its...
So, where are we supposed to find the...
Em left a trail of clues for each unfinished chapter. Follow the hints. Oh, and when it comes to adding to the story yourselves, you'll need to use this.
And this is...
This, my dear little Paimon, is the ink Em left behind. Infused with a little of my own magic, of course. If you're planning on writing something inside the book, you'll need it. It's extremely precious, so be sure to use it sparingly. This is all that's left.
So we need to search for the memories and keep an eye on how much ink we're using.
Oh, it just had to be a wild goose chase, didn't it?
Perhaps it's just another form of storytelling. Em was ever so creative when it came to things like that. Just think of it as a little challenge your mom left behind. Who knows? There could even be a mysterious prize at the end of it all.
I don't care about that. This was my mother's dying wish. What?
Yep. With the two of us by your side, you'll be just fine.
Okie dokie. That should be pretty much all you need to know. Oh, and once the story's complete, do let me have a little look-see, okay? I've read everything she ever wrote, so naturally, I can't miss this one.
Yeah! Most of the time, you're pretty hard to pin down.
Don't worry, I'll know when you're finished. Just wait for me to reach out. All right, off you go. I can't wait to hear how the story ends.
Oh, here we are. Right. Alice mentioned we should be on the lookout for clues. Huh?
A corner of repose for countless tales, watched over by the honor of knights. A place for stories to sleep, perchance to dream of ancient cities and the epics of ages past. There, a witch once spent a sleepless night, and all to bring forth a story yet untold. Find the place I speak of, for it is where the seeds of this story lie.
Was that a riddle? Where do you think this... Hey, you... might actually be onto something.
I had a feeling that's where we would be headed. After all, it's where my mother was from, and I bet it's where she wrote this story.
Yeah, that
Still, I feel bad about dragging the two of you along on such a long journey.
Don't worry about it. We don't really have much going on right now, so we're all yours. Back in the Mondstadt Library, huh? Talk about a trip down memory lane.
So, we're supposed to find the seeds of the story, right? What do you think that means?
Well, we're in a library, so it's gotta be books, right? But seriously, there's so many here. How are we supposed to know which ones we need?
Making a racket in a library? You should know better than that.
Lisa! Oh, sorry.
Now, who do we have here? Ah, my golden-haired cutie. And my little horn cutie, too.
Sorry, Miss Lisa. I know you taught me to be quiet in the library, but Paimon was just trying to help. Please don't be—
Well, it has been far too long since we saw each other, so I suppose I can let it slide. Just back when he first arrived here, poor Jean wasn't sure what to do with him, so I stepped in to lend a hand. I figured, if I can handle a boy raised by wolves, then teaching one who's part dragon should be a walk in the park.
Nice! Sounds like Durin was welcomed with open arms.
Why, of course. Now, let's save the reminiscing for another time. I'm sure you're here for a reason.
It's kind of hard to explain. Maybe you could take—
Oh? Ah, I see. These so-called seeds of the story must be the books that inspired its creation. That's just how it is with stories. They grow out of the tales that came before them. And that mage, I can almost picture her here, hundreds of years ago, scribbling away at one of these very desks.
But we don't know anything about this story. How are we supposed to figure out which books inspired it?
As it happens, just before I found you here, I was looking into something rather peculiar. One of the knights reported seeing some books that weren't listed anywhere in our catalog. Stranger still, just as he went to reach out for them, the books vanished into thin air. And then a while later, while he was browsing through other shelves, there they were again.
Serious?
That particular knight knows this library inside and out. I'd be very surprised if he was seeing things. Something tells me these might just be the magical books you're after. According to the report, there are 3 of these books in total. I'll be...
Oh, wait! Did Klee write? We better show it to Lisa. Kinda looks like a poetry collection. But let's see what Lisa makes of it. Second strongest spell in existence. Do not show Klee. Wait, there's actually a book like that right here in the Mondstadt Library? That title's just gonna... Huh. There's definitely something fishy about this. Let's hang on to this one for now. Could be one... It's one of M's after all. An experiment procurement log. Looks like part of the title. There's something seriously suspicious about this book.
Well, did you manage? Well, it definitely shouldn't be here. But I'd highly doubt it's one of the books you're looking because this is something Klee wrote. It's a compilation of all the best fish blasting spots around Mondstadt, as well as the most convenient places to stash her new jumpy. Of course, there's no way she'd get away with keeping a book like that in her bag. And she'd be in big, big trouble if Jean were to find out. Not only would the book itself be confiscated, but she'd be looking at a whole day in solitary confinement at the very least. Somehow, she figured out that the best place to hide it was right here. No place like a forest for hiding trees, huh? Now, every time it gets confiscated, she just writes a new one and sneaks it back in. Yes, so thanks for helping me find it. I'll finally be able to hand it over to Jean. Well, did you manage to... Well, this book has quite an obvious connection with that mage, considering she was the one who... But as one of the library's classics, its presence here is hardly unusual. It really is a must-read, so if you haven't read it yet, that's your homework, cutie. Well, did you... Truly extraordinary, and certainly not the kind of thing that should be just lying around. In fact, Miss Alice gave strict instructions.
So, it's some kind of book of spells? Paimon's guessing magic this powerful should be kept as...
It's true. This book does contain one of Miss Alice's spells. But honestly, virtually no one could actually pull it off, even if they tried. The only reason it's even meant to be in the restricted section is because we can't let Klee get her hands on it. After Klee was born, Miss Alice advised us to seal it away. She even added that little subtitle herself.
So, it's to keep it away from Klee, huh? Does that mean she could use it to cause even more mayhem than she already does with...
No, that's not it. As Miss Alice herself put it, letting Klee see it too early would spoil the surprise. Well, did you manage to find them? Huh. This book definitely...
Yeah, we could tell just from reading the title.
Albedo was the one who brought it in. He suggested I place it on the restricted list and keep it sealed away.
Why?
He said it's full of forbidden alchemical formulas, some of which could even result in the creation of dangerous monsters. Apparently, the danger it posed was so great, he didn't even feel like it was safe to carry around or keep it in his workshop.
Really? Definitely sounds like it shouldn't be here.
Still, if that mage read this book too, it must have been written a lot earlier than I'd imagined. Well, did you manage to... Yes, this is a restricted book, all right. It certainly isn't supposed to be here.
Huh. But it looks like a regular poetry collection. How did it end up being classified as a...
The issue lies with one of the poems inside. You've heard of the great battle that took place on 500 years ago, during the Cataclysm in Conria. An evil dragon descended upon Mondstadt. A fierce battle with Dvalin ensued, but in the end, the evil dragon fell, and dragons...
We're talking about Durin. The Durin of
Well, the poem in question turns the whole battle into a dance, with the evil dragon recast as an innocent child who came here in search of friends. But given all the suffering experienced at the claws of that... people... telling... Bards are often accused of inventing history or distorting the truth in their ballads. But this one hit a bit too close, and since the knights back then were unable to track down the author, they decided to ban the entire collection, blot out...
So the version in the poem, it was all a lie?
I'm afraid that question is something only the dragon himself could answer. would you look at that? Seems like these are the little troublemakers you're after. And all three just so happen to be forbidden.
Forbidden texts? You know, the first time you mentioned that the library had a restricted section, Paimon thought you were just trying to scare us.
Not really something you should be poking your little nose into, is it, cutie?
Sorry.
Seeing as it was Miss Alice who asked you to look for these books, I won't question the matter. But they'll need to be sealed away again once you're done, so don't forget to return them.
Don't worry, Miss Lisa.
Well then, that's all from me. After all that hard work, I think I've earned myself a nice cup of tea.
All right, we've gathered all the references.
Wait, look!
Long, long ago, an evil dragon descended upon the human world, bringing terrible calamity in its wake. Bravely did the people resist, until at last, the dragon lay slain. Later, a witch with a love for stories came upon the tale of the evil dragon, and for reasons she could not explain, felt a pang of sorrow on its behalf. For she knew, despite its body being born of wicked alchemy, all along, the dragon's soul was that of an innocent child. Right up to the moment of its death, it had no choice in becoming a vessel of calamity, nor could it fathom the cruel fate that lay before it. Though the witch had a love of stories, she was not pleased with how this one ended. No, that won't do, she thought. I'll write you a better ending instead. And so she set off to do just that, borrowing a little magic from her friend. With it, she wove a dragon's egg, resolving to rear a dragon child of her own. Yet long in thought she lingered, wondering what kind of world her little dragon ought to behold upon waking. At last, she made her mind up, adorning the cradle with a wisp of woodland air. Then, she quietly waited for the egg to hatch.
Whoa! We're actually inside the...
This must be Aunt Alice's magic.
Yeah.
A story about me?
Why don't we just see where the story takes us?
Okay.
And now a golden-haired traveler, a silvery sprite, and a dragon-born youth step onto the stage. What new chapter will there arrive?
Whoa! That came out of nowhere! Was that the same voice we heard just now? Yeah. But why does it...
I've missed this. It's just like the stories my mother used to tell me.
You mean... Em? She used to tell you stories?
Yeah, she loved it. Back when she was still alive. Sorry, we should focus on what we're here to do. So, now that we're in the story, what's next?
The dragon youth wondered aloud. Yet all he could do was wait for the story to unfold. Of course, there's something to be said for helping it along. Perhaps a little exploration could prove.
Oh! Is that a hint?
Yeah.
This Dodoko doll is meant to be the witch in the story, right? All the people we've seen that look like that turned out to be mages from the Hexenzirkel. Do you think the witch in this story is one of—
My mother had a hat just like this.
Then, the witch must be M!
Whether the sprite spoke true or not, it had little bearing on the story at hand. For in that moment, what mattered most was not that she was a witch, but a mother waiting for her.
Watch out!
This must be the dragon egg, right? Looks like it's— So we've got a dragon egg about to hatch, a witch who loves stories, and that evil dragon we heard about at the beginning.
This is my story, isn't it?
Okay, so how are we supposed to help the story along? It feels like all we can do right now is wait.
Apparently, it hadn't dawned on the group to look for a way to help the egg hatch fast.
Oh, right! We're at the point in the story where we're waiting for the baby dragon to hatch. So that has to happen before the story—
With the flames at his command, perhaps the dragon youth might be able to provide the egg with—
What? You want us to roast?
The silvery sprite's surprise betrayed her lack of reading. For in countless tales, it is told that only by fire's embrace will a
Huh, you kinda have a—
Okay.
Let every unborn life be welcomed with tender anticipation, and may that warmth stay with it for a lifetime. At last, under the witch's expectant gaze, the little dragon broke free from its shell. No living being has ever decided the moment of its birth. You were no exception, my child. I brought you into being because I willed it so. Just like the witch who created that. But I promise you this. Your birth was wanted. You are loved. And you will have a different fate than the dragon that came before you.
You've never told me those things before, but for some reason, I always knew. Thank you for bringing me into this world.
The waiting witch did not feel lonely, for she had 3 visitors by her side. Together, they beheld the hatchling's first breath of life. Holding her dragon child close, the witch promised him a life unlike that of the evil dragon. And so, nestled in his mother's warm embrace, did the little dragon's story begin.
Wait, isn't this Mondstadt? Looks like there's more written on the page now and less ink left than before. So, yeah, but why does M seem to think that the story isn't finished yet. Durin broke free from the curse, came into this world with a new body, and even made a bunch of new friends. That already sounds like a happy ending to Paimon. True.
Huh.
Is this thing on? All right, that should do it.
Hey! That's Alice's voice!
Hello there, children. If you're hearing this, you've stumbled upon the little recording I left for you. I thought you could use a few hints about how the book works. By now, I'm guessing you've already begun to leave your mark on the story. You should know, however, that the book needs time to absorb the ink, so the next chapter's clues won't show up right away.
Wait, so even magic ink needs time to dry?
The good news is, you can return to any chapter you've already completed and continue to explore the mystical, magical storybook world. Have fun, dear.
Oh, man!
Maybe it's for the best. Sooner or later, we'll end up being... So it might be good to take a break while we can.
A break. Yeah! Paimon has a sudden craving for the Good Hunter.
So let's meet up here later. I need to find Miss Lisa to return those books anyway.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Take it easy.
A little emotion.
Silence!
Busted.
Time to shine.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Off to the freezer. Juice on the loose. Oh, real?
Quietly now.
The time beckons.
A little moose boot. Let my name echo in song.
Be not perturbed. Unscathed. An oversight on my...
The pinnacle of excellence. Strike a pose.
Busted. Quietly now.
A dash of frost!
Be sanctified.
Yeah! Off to the freezer! Juice on the loose! Time to shine!
Gotcha.
Settle down. Silence!
Busted.
Pinnacle of excellence!
Quietly now.
Shower me with praise! A little emotion! Let the world collide!
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
A burst of flavor! A dash of frosting!